It's been a strange year for Bitcoin, the stateless digital currency invented just 6 years ago, that's now used for $50 million worth of transactions a day. Its price has swung wildly from over $1,000 at the end of 2013 to around $200 today. But despite the volatility, everyone from banks to stock exchanges and Silicon Valley technologists are starting to make bets on Bitcoin companies. Why?
I think when you see people investing in Bitcoin, it sounds like they're investing in the currency, but I think you'll find they're not really. The institutional money that's going in is going into the underlying technology, not the payment instrument itself. So investing in Bitcoin doesn't really mean investing in Bitcoin. It means investing in what they call the blockchain technology, which is the new technology that sits underneath Bitcoin.
The blockchain is essentially a giant record book of all Bitcoin transactions. It is to Bitcoin what the internet is to email, a big electronic system on top of which you can build applications. Currency is just one. The supposed benefit is that it takes away the need for trusted third-party record keepers like banks and replaces them with a system that relies on code breaking and the wisdom of crowds. Its advocates think it has the potential to be cheaper, more transparent and more reliable. To understand how this blockchain works, I went to one of the places where new Bitcoins get minted, a data centre just outside London.
This is a Bitcoin mine. No rocks or gold nuggets in sight, but instead rack upon rack of special computers in a data centre. That's the hum you can hear from behind me. Companies use them running 24 hours a day to solve complex mathematical problems. And the prize? New batches of Bitcoin that get released every time a puzzle is solved.
The blockchain maintains itself by getting computers, known as miners, to take part in a game where transactions are almost a side effect. Like a poker player counting cards played, every miner keeps a copy of the whole blockchain so they can compete to decode the next round of transactions. When someone wants to transfer Bitcoins, they broadcast a message out to the network of miners with the details. Every few minutes, the system picks up bundles of these transactions and automatically wraps them up in a tricky maths problem. Whoever solves it first writes down the transactions in the blockchain and broadcasts the answer out to the other miners, who can check it is correct. The winner is rewarded with some new Bitcoins, and the transaction, involving the existing Bitcoins, gets processed.
Well, looking to the future, I think the technology has quite wide applications. It's hard to think of them at first because we're in an environment where most of our financial institutions are actually trusted and regulated. I mean, when I go and look at my bank account, I don't expect Barclays to have secretly changed it in the meantime. But there are a myriad of financial services all around the world where people don't have trusted and uncorruptible institutions and records.
Land registries, identity storage and peer-to-peer stock exchanges are just some of the potential uses of the blockchain. But there are big risks. Over time, the cost of maintaining the blockchain will rise due to tougher regulation and the mechanics of the game, which means some of the most interesting applications may not be economical. Price volatility also makes market manipulation a concern, and competing non-Bitcoin related blockchains are springing up.
The Bitcoin price is important in one very specific way for the Bitcoin blockchain, which is the price provides an incentive for people to use their computers to maintain the blockchain and keep it going. And it's certainly true to say in the long run that is unsustainable. But that's Bitcoins and the Bitcoin blockchain. That doesn't mean there aren't other blockchains or other ways of incentivizing, I mean money is one of them, people to maintain blockchains.
The idea of independent competing computers that can agree on a definitive record instead of using a trusted middleman might be appealing, but it's unclear whether this blockchain could ever really separate truth from trust. Sally Davies, Financial Times, London.